Um, Yo, we live, we live. Yo, what's cracking, everybody? It's your boy Jay Militant back at y'all again with another video. And I told y'all I would be back up on here again. I forgot there was a football game coming on, but it's a preseason game, so I watched a little bit of that. I might go back to that later on, but right now, this is what I have to do. This is what I need to do. This is what I came to do. So this is what I'm going to do. So I told y'all that I put the interviews up. I see people haven't tapped in over there to go watch the videos, but I did say I was going to play some of the audio for y'all from them videos. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm only going to play the parts where it's talking about the situation at hand. You can go back and watch the entire videos at your own time. The first video I'm going to play is a video with Juice from San Francisco. Mr. Muffin Man was good. Lil Robbie was happening. And for those who don't know, Juice he's a legendary a rapper coming out of San Francisco, and he is a Damu. Lauren was good. I'm gonna play the part where he talks about the history between San Francisco, Crips and Bloods, and where they reside at in the city, as well as he's going to talk about how, you know, Crips and Bloods are throughout the Bay. And then I'm going to play another video of this other cat who's also from San Francisco, but he's from Daly City. And for y'all who don't know, Daly City is a section in South San Francisco. It's like its own city within the city. So let me go ahead and put this on. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. It should start right here.
The reason they changed the area, split it up. Yeah. But when you went, when cats hit the penitentiary or whatever the case may be, it was 415. Oakland, OG.
Okay. I want y'all to
There's a lot of history that go on behind that, you know.
Okay.
Right. BG's. Right. 15th Street.
Okay. Daniel Barry was good.
One time I decided to say I'm going to do music. That's my shit. Like this nigga battle the human beatbox. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet D, you know what I mean? And then Rapper Forte. So a lot of people didn't know Rapper Forte with RTP. RTP was from before, and he was like, "No, Juice, he ain't the only one from the BGs. That's a blood."
Okay, here we go. This is what I want y'all to do. Okay, here we go.
So a lot of people didn't know Rapper Forte was with RTP.
Hey, tell me if y'all can hear it. If y'all can hear it good.
Right. BG. Right. Cigar, 15th Street. You know, somebody at OG told me, and he kind of broke that shit down too, like, because that topic came up before, and he was like, "No, Juice, he ain't the only one from the BGs. That's a blood." Nah, it's just a lot of history that go on behind that, you know, particular situation, and you know,
hold on, I'm gonna have to.
There was beef going on.
Let me go back to this.
Marvelous, the Phantom, Davey D Jam. Sweet D, you know what I mean? Yeah. Shit like so when I did that, I decided that I wanted to, you know, because I looked up to all my guys from RTP doing what I was doing and battled the human beatbox and all that shit. Damn. You don't remember Home Turf back in the day? Hell yeah, Dominique Dupree. Yeah, I'd have been on all that.
Trying to find the beginning, y'all. My bad.
And rest in Petty Rock too. Regards, you know what I'm saying? At this time in my life, the Mexican green weed, yeah. But see that when you take the Mexican like what's going on? Shout out Valencia Gardens. You know what I'm saying? At this time in my life, when I did the
I'm trying to get to the question, y'all. It's just
smoke Bama. Okay. We just smoked skunk weed, chocolate tie. Okay. Right, you're right. You're right. Until they got broke and they start putting it in their cigarettes. So, blood box and Ready Rock.
All right.
At this time in your life, what's going on?
Shout out Valencia Gardens. You know what I'm saying? At this time in my life, when I did the album, Juice was Blood Box before he was Juice.
Right.
I didn't even know I was gonna be Juice.
Right.
When I was Blood Box. You dig what I'm saying? Because I was already gangbanging, and rest in peace to Ready Rock too. That was
okay. Hold on, I gotta go back. My bad, y'all. Hold on, let me get this straight, because I want y'all to see. I want y'all to hear exactly what I've been telling y'all this whole time.
Funny that you brought up which is really Dre Dog, because that's one of my, like I said, just wanted to see Dre Dog was the first person.
Shout out to Dre Dog.
I didn't really smoke that. Okay, he just smoked stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Where is the question?
That's deep, because you know, back then, no motherfucker get on, right? Doing the same thing, so it wasn't what you did, it's how you did it. So a lot of them cats was able to be functioning dope things back then. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that right there.
So what's going on with everybody?
A major break between the two, and just being like that. It's funny that you brought up Argentina, which is really
Okay, I think I
smoke banner. Okay. We just,
okay, I'm gonna have to just go up.
Already done. You see, that's a lot of that. A lot. When I did the album.
Okay, I'm just gonna play it from here, and I'm gonna let y'all listen.
Already done. And see, that's a lot of things that a lot of people really get confused with, a lot of shit that been going on in the Bay in regards to the whole Max thing and Massive Fake Blood, this and that. And everybody always was like, well, why they don't come at Juice like that? Because nigga, if you know the history of Juice, Juice was Blood Box before he was Juice.
Right.
I didn't even know I was gonna be Juice.
Right.
When I was Blood Box. You dig what I'm saying? Because I was already gangbanging, and rest in peace to Ready Rock too. That was a point in time in my life where I decided to say, I want to do music. Now this is where it's gonna fuck you up at. The person who taught me how to rap was Sibo and Chill Be Dope, being locked up in Sacramento. Look at you. See, I just gave you a jewel.
Definitely.
Motherfucker didn't know that.
Yo, Mario's good.
County
For sure. Tommy, salute.
Beating on the table, beatboxing and shit.
Wow.
Before it was Blood Box, it was beatbox. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I was beatboxing. I done battled the human beatbox and all that shit.
Damn.
You don't remember Home Turf back in the day?
Hell yeah, Dominique Dupree.
Yeah, I'd have been on all that.
I just Googled her because she was fine as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was stuff like that was going on, but I was already doing what I was doing, and at that particular point in time, I decided to say I want to do music.
Hey, my shit just went like this. This nigga battle the human beatbox.
Yeah, like the dope.
Yeah.
Shit, like so when I did that, I decided that I wanted to, because I looked up to all my guys from RTP.
Okay.
Volcano, TP, Drano Lee, Marvelous, The Phantom, Davey D Jam, Sweet D, you know what I mean? And then Rapper Forte. So a lot of people didn't know Rapper Forte was with RTP. RTP was from the Valencia VGs, Valencia Guards, 15th Street.
You know, somebody at OG told me, and he kind of broke that shit down too, like, because that topic came up before, and he was like, no, Juice, he ain't the only one from the VGs that's a blood.
Nah, it's just a lot of history that go on behind that, particular situation, and there was beef going on way back in the days that a lot of cats didn't know about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And there was beef going on between Potrero Hill and Valencia Guards.
Okay.
And there was Crips in Potrero Hill.
I know that.
See?
I know that.
But nobody talk about it.
I do know that.
Right? And I understand that the Bay
y'all hear that?
to be, because at once we was all 415.
Exactly.
Right? We was
That's
all
what it was.
415 at once. You know, for whatever reason, they changed the area codes because they split it up.
Yeah.
But when cats hit the penitentiary or whatever the case may be,
415.
it was 415.
Oakland
right?
OG niggas got 415 tattoos.
Right. So and my uncle and them, they from the Space Age Nation. So they really, that's really cool me 415.
Right. For
You
sure.
feel me?
For sure.
So we're gonna talk about it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that being said, I understand and I respect how individuals out here pride themselves on saying, you know, we ain't Bloods and we ain't Crips. But to say that there ain't no Bloods and Crips in the Bay is like to say it ain't no Bay niggas in LA.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Niggas be everywhere. But everybody already knew what it was.
Did y'all hear that?
So
Did
that's
y'all
why
hear that?
nobody never came at me like that, because once you find out the history of the truth of what it is, and this so we're gonna talk about it, right? All right, so with that being said, I understand and I respect how individuals out here pride themselves on saying, you know, we ain't Bloods and we ain't Crips. But to say that there ain't no Bloods and Crips in the Bay is like to say it ain't no Bay niggas in LA.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Niggas be everywhere. But everybody already knew what it was with me. So that's why nobody never came at me like that, because once you find out the history of the truth of what it is, and this is what happened, Rab. So, you know, remember in Training Day where Snoop Dogg swallowed the dope? Okay, I went through that in the VGs.
Okay.
Boom. Police came in there, choked me out. I threw up the rocks, all that, whatever. I had a few cases. Boom. I went to, remember YGC? Juvenile Frisco. Okay, so I went to YGC and they labeled me a menace to society before the movie came out.
Okay.
In the city, right?
Okay.
In the county. And so they was finna send me to YA. And then my mom came to court and was like, well, I'm finna move to Sacramento.
Okay.
Right? But now I got over 400 some relatives and cousins in Sacramento. So we always used to go to Sacramento for family reunions.
Okay.
So Sacramento was like a second home to me. Now, we was faster than Sac back then, right?
Absolutely.
Because when I used to go to Sac, even though it was summertime, nigga, we had donkey ropes on, gazelles. We was wearing Kangos, feelers, fat pockets. We was playing with Uzis as young niggas.
Oh, for sure.
We was playing with when we was young. So I'm in Carl's Jr. one day, right? And I'm visiting my cousins, and they Bloods, and I'm visiting them, but they ain't telling me what's going on, right? Because I'm a Bay Area nigga, and we say blood,
right?
Period. It don't got nothing to do with gangbang. What's up, blood? Like we've been saying that for years. I'm in Carl's Jr. and I turn around. Now I'm young. I'm balling. We selling rocks. Okay. We riding Cougars and Stangs. We doing our thing. So I'm in Carl's Jr. and I turn around to my relatives and I go, blood, what y'all want to eat? Cause y'all don't gotta pay for nothing, nigga. I'm on my paid. I'm looking like Paid in Full.
Right.
The movie.
Right. That's how it looked.
Like Cam and shit. That's how we was moving. We was because the Bay Area was considered a baby New York. Right. I mean, we had fat triple goose coats, all that shit. Travel Fox, Buffalinos. For sure. That's we've been fly. Right? Lee Sportives. Boom. I turn around and I say, blood, what y'all want? And two Crip niggas hop up from 29th Street, Garden Block Crip. And I got a lot of family. Later on down the line, you start finding out I got family, brothers, all this shit, right? But this is in the beginning. I'm 14, 15 years old. Young nigga. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Balling though. Yeah. Right? He like, what you say? Just call me a slob. I'm like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? Right. What's this? You know? Yeah. Like, nigga, what you talking about? And then he like, we cuss, and then he pulled out a 22 on me. And I'm like, nigga, what? Yeah. What you gonna do with that? Right. But not knowing then as a youngster, like, that a 22 bullet to travel and kill you. Right. You don't gotta knock a hole in you. You just know you got some other shit. Yeah, I got some other shit. So I'm like, what you gonna do with that? But I'm ready to fight. Right. Right? I'm finna fight him. And I remember it verbatim to this day. A pregnant chick, this pregnant girl hopped over the counter. And she said, he don't know what that is. He ain't even from out here. Now me and dude still having words, but then I found out what that was. And then from then I felt how I felt. Yeah. Emotional. Yeah. Not because of a thought process, but because emotionally that dude caused me to think a certain way. You're not finna stop me from saying blood. Right. So now that I'm saying it, now I got more of a purpose. I'm gonna go all the way with this. Now I got a purpose behind it. Right. You feel me? Yeah. So a nigga can't never get on the motherfucking internet and try to contest whether I was really out there banging or not.
Right.
Nigga, you niggas on nigga, what?
Yeah.
We been getting on shit. In this bay, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been doing this. And cats know it.
When you out there, do you
Okay,
at
y'all.
which point, like, is a straight lace mob? Do this exist already?
Okay, now I played that part. All right, what this is about is just debunking and putting the correct information about the history between Crips and Bloods in the Bay Area. A lot of people come out here and say ain't no Crips and Bloods in the Bay Area and stuff like that. Well, y'all just heard out of this OG's mouth what it is. Now I'm about to play this other video for y'all. And this is from a couple years ago. I just came across this video earlier today. And Cuz is from Daly City, like I said, he a loc, and y'all gonna hear what he has to say about the situation. After the advertisement, of course. Okay, let's get this.
And then
Okay. Okay, let me go back a little bit. Boom.
it was, I think, around 85, 86.
Yeah, Cuz name is Mac D's.
In the Davidson portion of town, you know what I'm saying, where we had Samoan gangs, and the Samoan gangs was either West Coast Pirates or they were South Pacific Islanders. We had
okay, go back.
But I don't glorify it, you know what I'm saying? And
okay.
Mission Street, the Mission gangs over there. But for the most part, man, we had a good life. My parents were there. I had both parents in the house. I'm not going to sit up here in front of gangs. We had white gangs. We had a lot of gangs in David City. And for the most part, it was split.
Okay, there we go. All right. So I have to go all the way back.
And there's a lot of others that I may not be mentioning, but they say pimping is the oldest profession. Nowadays, people look down on.
What was Daly City like when you were growing up? You know, I grew up.
Okay, I want y'all to listen to this.
So I went through the crack
I'm gonna step back and I'm just gonna let y'all listen to this.
I mean, was Daly City, you know, kind of experiencing the same thing?
No, it wasn't really. You can picture this. I mean, Daly City was a suburban city outside of San Francisco, for the most part. That had it had its scandalous parts, but it wasn't predominantly known as a gang-infested area or drug-infested area. Now, we had gangs, you know what I'm saying? We had Crips, we had Bloods, we had, you know, Samoan gangs, we had Hispanic gangs, Asian gangs, we had white gangs. We had a lot of gangs in Daly City. And for the most part, it was split into two sections. You know what I'm saying? There was the east side and the west side. Myself, I grew up on the west side of Daly City, which was predominantly, you know, they had a lot of Crips over there. There was some Bloods. But on the east side of Daly City was majority like Norteños, like the Northern Hispanic. You had like the Mission Street, the Mission gangs over there. But for the most part, man, we had a good life. My parents were there. I had both parents in the house. I'm not going to sit up here in front like I was just in the streets like that. You know, I was, I had one foot on the basketball court. I had another foot, you know, trying to experience the gang life. You know what I'm saying? Then I had another foot in the studio, and I had both feet in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed being a student. I played basketball, went to college. So I can't say that I had the typical experience of somebody growing up, you know what I'm saying, in a poverty-infested neighborhood where it's just hard to survive. And I got a lot of loved ones that's been through that situation, and I've been around it, but I didn't necessarily have to go home to it. You know what I'm saying? And, my parents just put it in us that, you know, you're gonna have to be better than us.
I noticed that you did make, you know, just a couple references to gangs, which led me to believe that you were or affiliated in somehow with the Crips.
Yeah, I was affiliated. Yeah, you see the blue chucks, you know what I'm saying? My name had 2 C's, you know what I'm saying? So I was affiliated with the street politics for a while with the Crips, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, you know, it was, I've been jumped by Bloods and the whole 9, you know what I'm saying? So I've been through it, but I don't glorify it, you know what I'm saying? And, but back then, of course, my younger self, I was talking a bunch of shit on these records. If I may say that.
Of course, you can say everything, F word, everything. So.
Okay. Yeah.
When was the first time you ever heard anything about Bloods and Crips? Did you see the movie Colors, or was it from the neighborhood, or what was it?
Man, it was I seen Colors way back early, back in right when it came out. I seen Colors. Man, it was one time, I think around 85, 86. 85, 86, when it really started jumping off in the Daly City portion of town. You know what I'm saying? Where we had Samoan gangs, and the Samoan gangs was either West Coast Pyrus or they were South Pacific Islanders. We had Sons of Samoa, and there were a lot of Crips. But West Coast Pyrus, they was my homeboys, man. I had a couple homeboys in that crew. But back then, I would say about 86, 87, I really started being aware of what Bloods and Crips were. And of course, we saw Colors and all of that, but I really seen them in real life every day. You know what I'm saying? I was tying my bandana on my head, Angel Mama style. You know what I'm saying? With Pendletons and Dickies and Chuck Taylors and the whole nine in the Bay Area. So I was looking like a standout. There wasn't nobody dressing like me in the area because they was, everybody was wearing, the typical Bay Area gear at the time, which was like starter jackets, Stonewatch jeans, Nike Cortez. But I was wearing Chuck Taylors, you know what I'm saying, with the tongue flip, looking like I was from South Central or something.
Okay. Now I just played a little clip. Y'all want to go and listen to the rest of the interviews? Hold on for a second. Hold on. I don't want to do that.
Celebrate 20 years.
I clicked out the video. Why is it gonna do that shit? I want to give a shout out to Dusty Vision TV. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and sub up because he has a lot of great content on over there. And No Vultures, that's a Bay Area YouTube channel. A lot of great content. Make sure y'all go over there and show some love and sub up. You get a lot of Bay Area history right there. Where'd it go? Ah, get my liner. So, yeah, I'm about to step outside for a minute. So, as y'all heard, and that's just 2 videos. That's just 2 interviews. And there's plenty more on the internet. There's plenty more on YouTube. Y'all can find. So if y'all was ever wondering if there's Crips and Bloods in the Bay Area, outside of me, which y'all know from me, and a couple other people, there goes your proof. So you ever hear somebody in San Francisco say, "Well, there ain't no Crips and Bloods in San Francisco." Ask them about Valencia Gardens. It's called the BGs, and ask them about Potrero Hill. Okay, now this has been going on for a long time, but they don't want to talk about it, and that's what a lot of us that have been doing this. This is what we keep saying. They don't want to talk about it because there's an image of the Bay. There's a standard in the Bay that they don't want to have that gang banging image. But the thing about it is, whether you represent a color, whether you call it turfing, whatever you want to label it as, at the end of the day, if you going heads up with somebody, you is banging on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you even got cats today that's not gangbangers, but they use the term banging in reference of going head up or going full throttle at their enemy. You know what I'm saying? So anybody come out here and say, "Well, ain't no Crips and Bloods in the Bay Area," you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can stop that. And a lot of cats want to just leave it to like the Samoans and the Mexicans as being the only ones. Nah, y'all just heard it for yourselves. I just played the proof. So cats in the Bay Area that want to kick that noise, Y'all can stop it. Whack no honey. Motherfucker, you sound dumb as hell because I just threw up an L right at you again. You just took another L. And Swamp Stories, you take another L because you said the exact same thing. So, hey, it may not look like what y'all typically see, but guarantee y'all it goes down like you typically see. I watch the Dusty Visions and Alonzo Williams podcast every week. Oh, okay, so you already know. Yo, OG, who being a buster again? Ah, man, you know, it's just a whack 100 or whack no 100. And all these people want to give out false information on things. And once again, I'm not here to glorify this. I'm not here to come on here and like, okay, well, I gotta let the world know that it's been gangbanging in the Bay Area, so I feel good about myself. So I'm not taking no credit. I'm not glorifying this. But if we're gonna talk about history, this is the problem with history. This is the problem with Americans telling history. Americans have a fucking problem telling the fucking correct history. If it ain't the history that they want you to know or the history that they feel like is the truth, then anything else is not going to be culpable under what it really is. So when it comes to this gangbanging shit, the information has to be corrected straight up. Because you really think I spent 20 something years, 20 plus, you hear me? 20 plus years. You think I spent 20 plus years throwing up the seed, talking the terminology, dressing the part, living the part, getting into gang fights and all kinds of other shit. If the shit wasn't true, like, come on now. And then not only that, but if it really wasn't that, then why the fuck? Okay, not only that, but the homie from LA that brought it, boom. Okay, but further than that, every cat that I've met from LA, from the what they call the motherland of gangbanging, I've been certified. So, you know what I'm saying? And it's all, you know, you got cats like, well, you know, well, I ain't seen you. Well, you probably ain't seen me because you're probably being locked up too many fucking times to pay attention to what the fuck is going on. But I know you know what's going on because there's way too many OGs that I have crossed paths with in my time that I was hollering with that would tell me about the shit that I was doing. You feel me? And there's some that, you know, it's just game goofy to the situation. And it's all good. But to sit here and say that that's not true, anything for clout, like, yeah. You know. But y'all clearly heard it. So I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna try to get a couple of these individuals to come on my channel so we can put all this shit to rest. Because really, it don't even need to be a fucking debate. Because the thing that irritates me most is when cats from the Bay Area be saying, "Oh no, we don't gangbang. We allow them to come over here, and yeah, we ain't gonna do all that." But you're doing the same fucking thing. You just ain't representing the color, you idiots. I mean, goddamn, the only difference between gangbanging and regular street shit, or excuse me, the only difference between gangbanging and turfing is with turfing, you're not representing a color, you're just representing your street. And in gangbanging, you represent your color and you represent the street. Now that one from Dusty, that was from 2 years ago. But the one from Juice, that was just a few months ago. So that's still more, that's newer. You know what I'm saying? So the information y'all just heard is updated information. He just gave y'all a breakdown. And y'all can go listen to the rest of it and get the full scope of it. So once again, anybody that ever want to know if there was Bloods and Crips in the Bay Area, look. Because this is something that a lot of us be having to go through. You know, now as far as like myself and others, you know, yeah, we had to go through a little something to kind of show like, okay, well, yeah, okay, boom, 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 boom. You know, I've only had like a couple individuals that try to, you know what I'm saying, test what it is, and they found out real quick. You know, because a lot of, well, not a lot, but some of these older cats that were locked down in the pen, they weren't out when, you know what I'm saying, I grew up on it. So I was doing a lot of things that they didn't see. So when they get out and they see me with the blue flag, you know what I'm saying, doing, you know what I'm saying, with the dress code and the lingo and everything, they like, what? Whoa. Like, yeah. So, and y'all already know, when it comes to information, I'm gonna bring y'all the correct information, and not some shit to try to make it all right here, you know, because like I told y'all before, at the end of the day, even though you got us that have done this shit, at the end of the day, it's still Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like, it's like, take Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar grew up in a blood neighborhood, right? But he not blood though, right? But he grew up in a blood neighborhood, right? You got Dr. Dre. You got a lot of other individuals, right? Compton, LA. They don't gangbang, but when it comes down to it, it's LA all together. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. LA, Compton. You know what I'm saying? From LA, LA all together. You're from Compton all together. You're from Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. It's the same way with us. You got people who gangbang, you got people who don't gangbang. But depending on what your region is, that's what you're riding with at the end of the day when it comes down to it. So whack no 100. While you up there giving false narratives, false information about shit that you're not from, cause I just gave you another L. Not only did I give you an L, I gave a whole lot of other motherfuckers with this misinformation. All y'all take L's. And I know when them interviews came out, y'all, you see, this is the thing about it. Bay Area folks will tell you about interviews, but they'll tell you about the interviews that ain't got nothing to do with people involved with this gang shit, with this gang culture. There's a reason for that. Because they're trying to control the narrative that the Bay Area is everything. Like, well, not everything, but the Bay Area is this and not that. And the thing about it is, there's many different versions of how one got involved with it. You know, and like you said, sure, you know how many times, how many fights I either got into or almost got into because somebody came up to me talking about, hey, blood. I was like, huh? Like, hey, blood. I'm like, don't call me that. He's like, hey, blood. Motherfucker, stop calling me blood. I ain't your blood. Hey, blood. Then, you know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be too much of that back and forth, if at all. You know, or like the other thing, me and some of the other homies, and something that we used to do, just fucking around. You know, and this ain't no disrespect to the Damus and all that. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to understand this. You know, this is just, and they can understand this too, because I'm pretty sure they probably, you know, did the same thing on their end. So like, somebody be like, "Hey, blood," we'll throw a K at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm that. I'm not that. Or like, anytime that my cousin from Oak Park came down, you know, he tried to blood me up. Okay, I'm gonna cuz you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. And you see, the thing with me and him is, even though we from two different cities, the thing is, at the time that I found out that he was Oak Park, I had already got tied in with the Gardens through my homeboy. As a matter of fact, even before that, because of some other homies that was from the Gardens that we had met, it was kind of like almost around the same time. It was almost like a simultaneous type thing. But either way it goes, the Gardens in Oak Park have a long history. Like when you talk about Oak Park and the Gardens, think of it like 8 Trey in the 60s. 8 Trey Gangsters in the 60s. It's that long generational, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you're gonna have beats with other sets, but you know, it's always that one set that you got that. You know what I'm saying? You know, because quiet as kept, even though we weren't tagging or we weren't saying EBK and all that, that's how we lived. We was on that EBK shit because we didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't care what set you was from, because if you wasn't DVP, or if you wasn't from the VPC, you wasn't from the East or the Central, oh no. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, we didn't even give a fuck if you was from the East. Like, if you wasn't from the set and you wasn't from the Central, like, we was going, like, we didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We was going, look, all right, check this out. You know the measure of your gang when you go to house parties, right? You remember the house parties you go to, everybody throw their shit up and everything? Especially when Ice Cube came out with that Friday song. Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was looking like it was looking like a sign language convention. All the damn signs that was being put up in the air, right? So check this out. Now, this wasn't every house party, but there was a few house parties that we went to, and we was the loudest ones in the party. You know what I'm saying? We weren't always the deepest in the party, but we was the loudest ones in the party. And motherfuckers didn't like that shit. But they really didn't like that shit when we came with that Central shit, though. Now, when we came with that Central shit, that's when motherfuckers really, you know what I'm saying, was like, whoa, hold on, what's the fuck going on over here? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They ain't even know it, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even know it. But they quickly found out. Because like I told y'all before, there was two sections we had control of. That was Dover Villa, and that was Grande Circle. Two complexes across the street from each other. Dover Villa, known as the Ville, or the Villa, that's the DVPC, which later, you know, little separation and whatnot. Now it's just DVP. But now the originals will still put the C at the end. So you kind of know what the, you know what I'm saying? And then across the street at Grande Circle, which got renamed into the Mad, you know what I'm saying? And you got Lokes in that shit too. You know? But normally, if you was representing the Mad, you came from Dover Villa. So, but it's all one family. It's all tied up under the Villa Code, though. You know, spinning 4 ways all day. Shout out to Jay Spin. He was one of the, oh my God. He was one of the dopest young producers back in the day. But you know, hey, like I tell everybody, once the streets get you, they ain't giving you back. You just got to be mentally strong enough to get through that shit. That way, if you're able to come out on the other end, you know what I'm saying? You could ride out your life however you choose to live. So I'm gonna keep on coming with the real shit. You know. This fool, wow, oh, there ain't no Crips and Bloods in the Bay Area. Bitch, shut up. You crater face bitch. What the fuck? Hey, keep your motherfucking mouth closed about what goes on out here. And for all my Bay Area representatives, stop telling lies. Tell the fucking truth. Tell the fucking truth. Just tell the fucking truth. That's all you gotta do. I know you don't want to say it, but tell the fucking truth. You know what it is. Ain't no way in the world ain't no way in the fucking world you living in the city where the shit is going on and you gonna sit here and say, no, it ain't going on. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know, like I said, once again, I ain't on here to glorify the shit. I'm only on here to tell the truth about the shit. You know? Represent them sevens all day. You know, especially when you go into the comment section, man, there's been so many people talking about this. I haven't been the only one. And people keep on looking at it like, okay, whatever. It's just like when people, oh, well, you ain't got no tattoo, so how you a gangbanger? How you? Because every gang motherfucker ain't got no fucking tattoos, dummies. And I explained the reason why I ain't got none. But me not having tattoos didn't make my cripping any lesser than, it was never lesser, but it didn't lessen me, I should say. It didn't lessen my cripping. You know what I'm saying? Because I went hard at this shit. You know what I'm saying? I went hard at this shit. If you grew up around me back in the day and you see me out in traffic or you see me in the street somewhere, you gonna see that flag folded up hanging out my back pocket. On the left side, of course. I had that shit with me 24 hours a day. And when I say 24 hours a day, I literally mean 24 hours a day. Well, how could it be with you for 24 hours a day? Because when I got dressed, it's in my back pocket. When I went to school, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, you have to tuck your shit in a little bit. But I tucked my shit in, but I had like, I'll say it was probably maybe like an inch, maybe an inch, 2 inches hanging out my back pocket. You know, because they was like really cracking down on like, you know, that was like right around the time where they came with that you can't wear hats because of gang affiliation. You know what I'm saying? The hat thing been going on. The hat thing been going on. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing that just started in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, it was really like for like particular hats, because they targeted a lot of Raider gear. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of gang members, you know what I'm saying, used to wear Raider gear a lot. You know what I'm saying? 49er gear, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, the shit was crazy. Shit was crazy. But yeah, I kept my shit on me at all times, and then like when I went to bed, I take it out of my back pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I stick it under my pillow and I go to sleep with it. You know, or like if I just got my hair done, if I just got a braid or something, you know what I'm saying? I tie it up on top of my head. And the next morning I get up, shit. I pull out another one. You know, you got to break out that iron. You got to make sure that shit real crispy. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that shit real crispy. Cause I tell you what, if you got caught with your flag wrinkled up, the homies on you. You better keep that shit crisp. No wrinkles. So, yo, Jesse was cracking. So, once again, I gave Whack No 100 a big L. I gave the other people from the Bay Area that keep on going with this false narrative, this false information, a big L. Anybody that wanted to know if there's Crips and Bloods in the Bay Area, you got your answer today. You heard it for your own two ears. And for anybody that comes in afterwards that didn't catch it, throw that shit on replay, listen to what I played, and you gonna hear it out of your own mouth. You know what I'm saying? Particularly, it was two San Francisco artists, but they were talking about the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Juice said it. He said it good. He said to say that there ain't no Crips and Bloods in the Bay Area is like saying there ain't no Bay niggas in LA. That's true. That true flag. Better not touch the ground, cause yeah, hell no. You better not let that shit drag on the motherfucker. Like you can't. It better not be a piece of the material on that motherfucker. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to that. Show I missed it. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? For all the Whack No Hunters and everybody that want to say, look, in San Francisco, it's the Valencia Gardens, known as the BGs, and it's Potrero Hill. You know what I'm saying? Valencia Gardens, that's where the Bloods is at. Potrero Hill, that's where the Lux is at, right? And then the other cat I played, he out of Daly City. He a Daly City local. And he break that down too. Yeah, see that, and that's the other thing, you know. But they don't want to talk about it, Jesse. They don't want to talk about it though. They want to stick to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. This is California. You think Crippin' and Blood was just gonna stay in Southern California? Hell no. That shit didn't just come up and skip the Bay Area and just go right to Sacramento. Like, come on now. You know? And once again, it's not nothing that I'm glorifying. I'm just telling y'all what the real shit is, what the real information is. Because, look, this is where I'm from. So I'm not gonna let somebody from, and especially not from there, tell the rest of us that's been doing this shit, that's been talking about this shit, that's been living through the shit, to say that it's not. Now, was it 40 or Too Short that said there ain't no gangbanging? Um, oh, yeah, that's a good question. I want to say Show only because of Oakland and Fody already know what it is in the sevens. But hell, shit, it could have been both. But either way it goes, they wrong too. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers been certified out here. You feel me? I know I heard a Bay Area artist say that before. Yeah. Because they want to keep this certain image. You know what I'm saying? And you're not doing justice by just sticking with that. You know? Because I said earlier on in the live, you got cats like Kendrick, Dr. Dre, who else? And a bunch of other artists from Compton and LA that they don't bang. They grew up in the neighborhoods, but they don't bang. But, and you see, that's the thing that at least LA will tell you everybody don't bang in LA. But then you'll get some artists that say everybody bang in LA. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this shit's hella crazy. Yeah, I mean, and you see, this is the thing. This is the thing too. I was saying, is Billy Joe low? Nah, he's not. He's not. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Whether you call it gang banging or whether you call it turfing, you're still banging. You're still in the concepts of what it is to bang on somebody. What the fuck is turfing? Y'all just not claiming a color. Oh, hold on, y'all. Oh, hold on. I got a phone call coming in, y'all. Hold on. I'm just gonna let that play out. I'll be right back. Okay. Crest side versus the hillside. Yep. Long history with that one. But all right, y'all. I'm about to get up off of here. I'll be back on here later on tonight. Jesse, if you up, man, come on through. I'm gonna open up the panel later on tonight. It's not gonna be late. It's not gonna be late. So hopefully y'all still be up and we can continue on with this conversation. We could talk about something else. It really don't matter. I gotta go order me some food. My brother is hungry like a motherfucker right now. So with that said, thank y'all for coming through. Hope to see y'all in a couple of hours or whatnot. And we're gonna keep it cracking like we always do, and we're gonna stay militant like it always is. Peace.